Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year again. It comes twice a year. It is the Sephora VIB Sale. And what also comes twice a year is my recommendation video. And I'm so excited today to be partnering with Sephora and Magiclinks to bring you these recommendations. I not only am going to be talking about my recommendations, but I'm also going to be throwing in a few wish list items as I go along. Magiclinks is the affiliate link company that I use every time y'all click on one of those links down there and make a purchase. I do get a commission off of it. I'm very transparent about that with y'all. Magiclinks is that company. They are awesome. So I will have everything linked that I talk about using some Magiclink links down in the description box below. So check that out if you don't remember something as I'm going along. And if you use those links, I appreciate it because it helps contribute to my channel. Now, I know a lot of people say for these sales that you really need to concentrate on the more expensive stuff, okay? Which I get because 20% off, 15% off $100 is definitely gonna be a bigger discount than $20. My strategy for this sale is to just get what I want. I don't care if it's $20, $15, $200. I'm going to take advantage of the discount and I'm not going to worry about only buying more expensive things. If I have wanted it and I haven't purchased it, I'm going to purchase it. I'm going to put all of the dates and percentages down in the description box. As of today, when this is going up, Rouge is able to shop at 20% off. I'm going to go in categories as best I can. Some of these may be repeats from past recommendation videos. You could definitely search my channel to see things that I have recommended in the past. There are some categories where all I have are wish list items. There are some that I have recommendations and no wish list items. So let's just go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna start with base products first. I have 4 foundation recommendations. Now, if I have talked about a foundation that I like that is available at Sephora, by all means, I recommend it. I'm not going back on anything that I have said positive about a foundation in the past. I just did not want to talk about 15 different foundations. So I chose 4, 3 of which are from the same company, one of which I have on my skin today. I recently did a video where I talked about both of the new Huda Beauty Glowish foundations. So there is the Multi-Dew Skin Tint and there is the Luminous Pressed Powder foundation. If you haven't checked out that video, definitely check it out. I demo and review both of these. I love both of these. They're a little bit different, but they both have that really pretty luminous finish on the skin, and I recommend them both. Now, the third one that I recommend from Huda Beauty, I also have done a full review on, and it's actually the foundation that I have on my skin today, and it is the Faux Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick. I had to look it up because it's a long name. But again, I have done a full review on this. I am in the shade Apple Pie, and it is what I have on my skin today. I love it. I really do. And I feel like since that review, I've worn it in a couple videos, but you know, new things come out. I talk about different things, but this has continued to stay a love of mine. Now, the fourth foundation is kind of not the right word for this. This is a Super Serum Skin Tint. This is from Milieu. Again, a full review of this years ago when it first launched. This is my second bottle and I love this stuff. This has an SPF 40. It really is more like a serum with SPF in it. It's got niacinamide, squalane, hyaluronic acid. It's full of really good skincare, hydrating ingredients. It is super dewy on the skin if you go back and look at my review. But I love it. I feel like this just makes your skin look youthful and radiant and flawless, but also protected because it has that SPF 40. So I would definitely check this out as well. I don't think that they have done this before, but Sephora Collection products are actually going to be 30% off instead of 20% off or 15% off, depending on what tier you are, which I think is amazing. A couple of the wish list items that I have from the Sephora Collection are actually, one of them in particular is the bronzer brush, and I will stick a picture up. I'm definitely looking into that. I love the Sephora brushes, and I just think that looks fabulous. I know I need another bronzer brush, like a hole in the head, but when has that ever stopped me? I really like it. Now, a couple of things that I have personally from the Sephora collection and really enjoy are the Sephora Clean Glowing Skin Foundation. So I guess this can follow up on the foundation category. I use this in my Instagram Get Ready With Me this week. If you haven't seen that, I really enjoy this and I don't talk about it enough. It is very affordable. I believe it's only $20 and then you're getting that 30% off. So very affordable foundation. It's very, very pretty on the skin. So definitely check out that Instagram video if you haven't seen it already. Love that. And I am in the shade 15 for reference in that. And another thing that I have on my face today, and that I personally have some other colors on my wish list because I really like this palette. This is the Trio Face Palette, and this is in the shade Dare. I also use this in my Instagram Get Ready With Me to kind of show you. And again, it's on my face. I have the highlight and the blush. I mix these two blushes together for the look that I have on today. I love this palette so much. It is $15. They have multiple shades. You can use it as eyeshadow, as blush. I really can't say enough good things about this. The formula and the performance is stellar. So definitely check those out. If you haven't already, again, I have another shade on my wish list. As far as another blush that's on my wish list, I will stick a picture up. It is the new Tom Ford Blush Duos. If you have any favorite shades within that new collection, please let me know. I am not sure which one I'm looking at, but I just have that in the back of my mind on my radar. So definitely looking into those. And they are pricier, so that discount is gonna be even heftier than some of the other products on my wish list. A couple concealers that I have been loving and using a lot from Sephora is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I have this on my face today. Love it. I mean, it's a very good concealer. It works very well. I don't have it up here, but y'all know my Clinique is probably my favorite concealer of all time. I will put that down in the description box for sure, because it's just fabulous. And then of course, Kosas has been a favorite of mine and in my top 3 for years, ever since it launched. I love Kosas so much. I'm in the color 4.5 in and then 260 in the Lancome. So both of these are awesome concealers. They don't cake, they don't crease. They're moisturizing without being too emollient. They wear fabulous throughout the day. Love those. Another concealer I have on my wish list is the One Size concealer from Patrick Starrr. I've heard a lot of good things about that concealer and I definitely am interested in checking that out as well. But even if I don't get that, I have got a very nice collection of really good concealers that I know will work for me every time. Let's talk about some highlights. I don't have any on my wish list really because I just am really happy with my highlight collection right now. And I'm gonna talk about 3 of them with you today. One of them, I feel like, do I even have to say it? I feel like I talk about this at least twice a month, every single month. And it is the Lila B Glisten and Glow Skin Illuminator Highlight. This is in Be Enchanting. It's the lighter shade. And it is so good. I just can't tell you how amazing this highlight is. It's a cream, but it almost dries down to a powder. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see. It's just so natural and skin-like and glowy and beautiful and easy to use. I can put it over powders. I can put it under powders. Any way I use it is going to work and I love it. I honestly would have to say that as far as cream highlights, it's my favorite. As far as highlights, it's probably tied with another powder highlighter as my favorite. I just can't get enough of this. I love it so much. Another kind of newer highlighter, and this is technically a primer oil, but it can be used as a highlighter and it definitely has those glowy properties, is the Lila B Aglow Golden Priming Oil. So I've talked about this lately quite a bit. I've used it a few times on my Instagram. It's beautiful. It is golden. It has a little bit of a tint to it, as you can see, and it is an oil. Okay, so you can see it's got that warm tint to it. So depending on your skin tone, it's gonna work as an actual liquid highlight. What I like to do with it is mix it in with foundations to give it a more luminous glow. You can also use it as it is marketed as a primer. No matter how you use it, I think you're gonna like it. They have an original priming oil as well, but I love the warmth that this shade gives to the skin and to foundations. And the last highlight I'm going to talk about is from Westman Atelier. Sephora now carries Westman Atelier, which I think is awesome. All three of these highlights are a little bit more on the pricier side, so it's definitely something to look into during the sale. And this one is the Super Loaded Tinted Highlight from Westman Atelier in Peau de Pêche. So you can see this is a little bit of a bronzier highlight, kind of in the same vein as the Lila B. See, it's got a little bit more of a tint, but when I put this on, it still rubs in nicely. Now, there is a couple of different ways that I like to use this particular product. I like to put it on underneath foundations for sure, especially on the high points of my cheek. I feel like the color and the intensity still shines through on foundation and mixes really well. Or I like to use it almost as a cream bronzer highlight in one. So I will put it all the way on my cheeks and on my temples. It's really, really, really pretty. Now there are, a couple of different colors in this line, but the Peau de Pêche is my favorite. All right, let's talk about some eyeshadows. I do have a couple of eyeshadow palettes on my wish list. I would love for your input on them as I talk about them, but let me show you a couple of palettes that I highly recommend that I have on my eyes today. This first one is one that I have not stopped talking about since it was launched. It has been in my top favorite palettes. It has been a staple for me, especially this time of year, but really all year round. And it's from Viseart. Any of the Viseart palettes are going to be something worth looking into. This is a stellar brand. They know what they're doing when they're formulating eyeshadows. It's so good. But this one is the Neutral Mattes Milieu. Hands down, my favorite Viseart palette out of all of them, and I have a lot of them. But this one is just so incredibly good. So I have this on my eyes. I have, the next one I'm gonna tell you is the shimmer color. But anytime I need some mattes, I'm gonna go to this palette and I'm gonna probably find the colors that I'm looking for. There's eyeliner colors, there's crease colors, there's outer V colors, there's smoky eye colors. I mean, there is just so many pretty colors and they're so easy to use. They're very blendable, but they're not a formula that has a ton of fallout. Honestly, just get you some Viseart. Really. I mean, just get you some Viseart. I don't know what else to say. This one is called Paris Love Letter Attendu. Y'all. Again. But this is also from Viseart, and this is the palette that I have on my eyes today as far as the shimmer. So I used this shade right here, just on my lid. It's honestly, again, it's so pretty, but this shows you some options of some shimmer shades that are available. There are just endless varieties when it comes to Viseart shadows. I love this one. I just have so many that I love. They are also shadows that pop out, so you can make your own, you can mix and match, you can put them in a separate palette. Fabulous. Now, another brand that I highly recommend, Zeus is over here snoring, so sorry if you can hear him, that I highly recommend is Natasha Denona because of the quality and because of the price point. Now, this first one, price point's not bad. It's one of her mini palettes, and it's the mini retro palette. I don't have the big retro palette, but I love the mini. I love these pink and green colors. I mean, look at that. Just so pretty. They make beautiful eye looks. Ooh, I should have worn that green. I need to wear the sweater again and wear that green because that would be so pretty. The mattes are very blendable. I don't get fallout with the more glittery, shimmery colors. Really, really pretty. I know she has a lot of mini palettes and I am sure all of them are fabulous, but this one is my favorite of the mini palette. And of the bigger palettes, my favorite is definitely the bronze. I also love, I believe it's Sunrise. So definitely look into that one as well. But the bronze, especially for this time of year, well, really for summer too, there's not a time where the bronze is not going to be pretty, is just So beautiful. It has more shimmers than mattes, but the selection of mattes is pretty perfect. Like, it's what you would need to have this be an all-inclusive palette minus, you know, a light cream color or something like that, but just so pretty. Some of my favorites are Silk. I mean, look at that metallic shine. I love the color Suntan. That's a really pretty matte. I mean, that's just a little sneak peek indication. If you have never, I know this is not new, it's been out, but if you have never owned a Natasha Denona palette and you like these kind of warmer colors, I can't recommend it enough. Now, a couple of palettes that I have on my wish list that I would love some input from y'all on are the Patrick Ta palette. I really like the look of that. I've heard mixed reviews, so I would love for you to tell me what you think if you've tried it. Also, the newer Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that has the eyeshadows, but then it has a couple of blushes or a bronzer and a blush on the end as well. I feel like there was another one too, but I can't remember what it was. So if y'all have those, let me know what you think, because I do have those on my radar for the sale. The lip color that I have on today is something I definitely recommend as a whole. They have a lot of different options. This is the Kosas Wet Lip Oil. This one in particular is a mini one that came in a trio that I bought, so the full sizes are bigger than this, but it is part of the Undressed collection, and this one is called Unhooked, which is described as a creamy rose beige. It is all I have on my lips today. I love these because they are very moisturizing, being a lip oil, but they are also very opaque. A lot of lip oils that I've tried have that moisture quality, but they don't give a lot of color, and these I feel like do. So it's a very pretty neutral beige color that again is gonna go really well with some of the warmer tones that I've shown you in the eyeshadow palettes. And you can see as I turn how that oil quality just really catches the light. So if you like shiny, glossy lips like I do, I would really recommend looking into these. As far as hair care goes, I have one solid every single year recommendation, and that is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. I talk about this, I feel like every recommendation video. I have it in almost every empties video. This is the very large one. I'm almost out of it. I don't even know where the top went. I use this all the time. And it is my favorite dry shampoo. I feel like it cleans my hair as well as gives it like a little bit of extra body and volume. I love it. I can't recommend it enough. A solid wish list item that is actually already in my cart and I will be purchasing is from IGK. I haven't used a ton of products from them, but I feel like I have in the past, like a long time ago, and I wanted to try that out again. And I am looking at the Beach Club Volume Texture Spray. This looks really, really good when you see like the before and afters. It's salt-free, it's non-drying, but it's a texture spray that adds volume and hold for an undone beachy look. And when I curl my hair and I have those waves, I really like to use some kind of spray to kind of crunch them up, for lack of a better phrase. I think y'all know what I mean. Give them a little bit of volume, a little bit of texture, piece them out a little bit. And this looks really promising. So that is already in my cart. It's not just on my wish list. It's going to be purchased. And then the last kind of category I'm going to talk about is fragrance. I think this sale is an amazing time to take advantage of purchasing some of the fragrances that either you already know and love or ones that have been on your wish list for a while, because I feel like we all know fragrances can add up really quickly. If you don't know, I am a lover of fragrance. So much. I love them so much. 3 of the ones that I'm going to talk about are from Tom Ford because those are very, very pricey, but I love the 3 that I'm going to talk about so much. 2 of which I have in travel sprays. These are a little bit more affordable options of buying Tom Ford fragrances. And in fact, both of these I have gotten during the Sephora VIB sales in the past. They are $75. So if you're Rouge and you get the 20% off, it's $60, which is not that bad for a Tom Ford fragrance. This is Lost Cherry. I mean, do I even have to say anything about Lost Cherry? It's fabulous. It's a cherry almond fragrance. It smells so good. Tobacco Vanille is also one that I feel like is very well known within his range, and it's perfect for this time of year. It's unisex. It's gorgeous. Now, what I like is to mix these two together. That is my favorite layering combination of all of the perfumes that I own, hands down, is to put these two together. They last, it makes them last longer than they are separate, and just the two together smell so good. So definitely look into that. In fact, a fragrance that's on my wish list is also one of these smaller travel sprays from Tom Ford, and it's Bitter Peach. I have smelled Bitter Peach before. I feel like it is a very polarizing fragrance. You either like it or you don't. I really like it. It's a boozy peach fragrance, and it's been on my wish list for a while, so it's a perfect time for me to purchase that and take advantage of the discount. Another Tom Ford that is in probably my top 5 Tom Ford, not even just Tom Ford fragrances in general, is Metalique. Another one that I feel like you either love or you don't because it has aldehydes in it. It's very hard for me to describe what an aldehyde smells like until you've smelt it. And then you're gonna be able to pick up on the note in other fragrances as well. If you know Chanel No. 5, which I feel like everybody does, that is an aldehydic fragrance. I love Chanel No. 5 because I love aldehydes. The people who don't, it's because they typically don't like aldehydes. It's a very fresh, airy, crisp type of note, and that is definitely in Metalique. It is a cold, it smells cold to me, and I know that absolutely does not describe the scent at all, but it is a powdery vanilla aldehydic fragrance, and it is gorgeous. I love it so much. I got that during the VIB sale last year as well. And then as a whole, I feel like it's really good to look into replica fragrances. They are a little bit more on the expensive side if you get the full size. This one is Coffee Break, and I like Coffee Break. I got that during the VIB sale. I also love Jazz Club. I've talked about that as one of my favorite fall fragrances. Lipstick On is one of my very favorite fragrances, period. They discontinued that. Replica, I know you're not watching this, but please bring that back. It is so good. I don't know why they discontinued it, but that's just to show that Replica really does make good quality perfumes. And if you have had one on your wish list, now is definitely the time to look into it. I am sure I forgot some things. Again, check out my recommendations that I've had in the past, because I know I talked about bronzers in those. I will try to link those either in a card or down in the description box below. Please let me know what you are looking to getting at the Sephora sale. Definitely a good time to think about gifts as well. I am trying to do my Christmas shopping as early as possible this year, and it's a good time to look into that. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, I will have everything listed and linked in the description box. Thank you for Sephora and Magiclinks for partnering with me on this video. Be sure and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, safe, and sane, and that most of all, you go out and have a very blessed day.